If you accidentally touch a glowing hot stove, your hand pulls away in a fraction of a second. That instant reaction is powered by your nervous system firing electrical impulses. It is incredibly fast, but those sparks fade immediately. They cannot manage slow, sustained processes like digesting a meal or growing taller over a decade. To stay alive, your internal environment requires constant, steady maintenance, a balancing act known as homeostasis, where your temperature, water levels, and energy remain perfectly stable even as the physical world around you rapidly fluctuates. Survival is a long-term endurance project. Alongside those split-second reflexes, your body relies on a secondary, deliberate command network to manage your chemistry over days, months, and years. That secondary network is the endocrine system. Instead of wiring electrical signals through nerves, the endocrine system uses a network of ductless glands. These organs drop chemical messengers, hormones, directly into your bloodstream to circulate throughout your entire body. Despite being broadcast everywhere, these hormones are remarkably discerning. They bypass billions of cells until they encounter a specific target with a receptor shaped precisely to catch them, at which point they bind and trigger a transformation. This chemical broadcasting system allows the body to send a single, widespread signal that triggers highly localized physiological changes exactly where they are needed. To see how this command hierarchy operates, we have to start at the top, inside the brain. Sitting just above the brainstem is the hypothalamus. It acts as a bridge, taking raw sensory data from your nervous system and converting it into chemical instructions. Right below it is the pituitary gland. It is roughly the size of a pea, but it serves as the master control room. It takes direct orders from the hypothalamus and releases tropic hormones, specialized messengers that command other glands to start or stop working. Nearby sits the pineal gland, which monitors the daily patterns of light and darkness hitting your retinas. It translates that environmental lighting into melatonin, the hormone that dictates your sleep and wake cycles. These structures act as an executive control center. They convert real-time environmental and neurological data into actionable chemical orders that cascade down through the rest of your anatomy. Moving down into the neck, we find the thyroid and parathyroid glands wrapped around the windpipe. The thyroid secretes hormones that dictate your overall metabolic pace, deciding exactly how fast your cells burn energy. Tucked right behind it, the parathyroid glands strictly monitor your blood, managing calcium levels so your muscles and nerves can function. Further down the torso, sitting like small caps on top of each kidney, are the adrenal glands. When the brain perceives a threat, it signals the adrenals to dump adrenaline and cortisol into the blood. They boost your heart rate, spike your oxygen supply, and physically prepare your body for a fight or flight response. Nestled behind the stomach is the pancreas. It constantly measures the sugar levels in your blood, releasing insulin to store excess energy after a large meal, or glucagon to pull energy out of storage when you are fasting. These mid-body organs are the primary engines and emergency responders. They take the high-level directives from the brain and translate them into physical reality. The geographical tour ends in the pelvis with the gonads, the testes in males and ovaries in females. These organs produce sex hormones like testosterone and estrogen, which drive the slow physiological developments of puberty and manage reproductive cycles. Starting a biological process is only half the equation. How does the endocrine system know when to stop? This is a negative feedback loop. As blood sugar rises, the body triggers insulin, forcing the line back down. Reaching a safe threshold, the gland detects the balance and cuts off the hormone supply, allowing the line to flatten entirely. The true power of this chemical network lies in self-regulation. It prevents a catastrophic biological overload by constantly monitoring its own success. But this delicate balancing act is vulnerable. When a gland misfires, the consequences cascade through the entire body. This is a collection of vintage insulin ampules, a reminder of the stakes when a gland underperforms or hyposecretes. In type 1 diabetes, the pancreas fails to produce insulin entirely, requiring manual replacement of the missing chemical to maintain homeostasis. Hypersecretion creates the opposite problem. If the pituitary gland overproduces growth hormone during childhood, the bones continue to lengthen without their normal cutoff signal, resulting in the extreme anatomical height seen here in gigantism. Severe hypersecretion or dietary deficiencies can also cause physical distortions in the thyroid. This portrait shows a goiter, where the gland has physically swelled outward after being trapped in a broken feedback loop. Every moment of your life is governed by this continuous, invisible chemical conversation. Perfect health is simply what we call it when the endocrine system maintains its delicate balance in total silence.